Here are your fabrics. You see the convex turn there, or curve? You want to match them up just to make sure they're the same size and there aren't too many things that are different between them. Pin your right sides together so that you can sew only the convex curve, which would be just that middle seam. You're going to sew those together only. You're going to do the same thing with the liner that's on your face. There's the right side and there's the wrong side. The right side is the finished side. You're going to now put right sides together. You're going to face them. See that finished side and that finished side? You're going to put those together so that you can sew on the inside. Really, that seam in the middle needs to be pressed open, but this was my first one, so I hadn't pressed it open yet. I had to actually go in and remove the stitches for my straps because I didn't leave that portion unfinished and had to go back and do it. So I just wanted to show you real quick how I made it. This is 2 inches by 17 inches. You just press a line through the middle and then you fold both sides to meet in the middle. You pin them so that you can get them ready for stitching. Do the same thing on the other side. This is actually called a binding hem. It's just a very finished way of, in this case, having a strap. And then when you fold it, you get this beautiful little finished edge. And you take it to your sewing machine. I did 1/8 of an inseam, 1/8 of an inch inseam. Made these little X's by just doing straight line diagonals. Now my straps are in. I had to push them through though. It was kind of a pain, but you live and learn. Now you turn it all right side out. My straps are in there securely. Now I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the liner or the interface. I want to make sure that everything matches so that I can secure everything. In this case, I ended up putting the liner inside by stitching it the way that I did the 2 fabrics. But after I did this one, I changed my mind. I felt like it made the middle inseam just bulky and it was unnecessary. So for all the ones I made after this, I actually did something quite different. But it still works. So shorten steps by doing 1 liner. So I put it in. I had to actually push my ends up. But after I made this one, I decided that I actually wanted my straps to be at the very, very top edge. It just fit the guy's faces better when it was actually flush to the corner edge. So that's in, but my bottom hem needs to be finished. So I learned that I wanted to pin them actually before I turn the right sides out for the future and make that bottom hem really nice and tight. So I made sure that everything was pinned. There's my finished bottom hem, nice and finished. It's 1/4 of an inch. And then I was going to go through and finish it. See? One thing I did do just so that the interface wouldn't move was that I put a stitch both on the top and bottom on the inside middle seam. You'll see it right here. The light will reflect off it. See, there's a middle stitch there on the inseam. I want to show you real quick what I ended up doing for the next set of masks was actually pushing the strap right up to the top edge and then pinning and sewing. I did put everything nicely pinned towards the middle inside. This is and I pinned my bottom edge before I flipped it out. So see how I kind of pinned the straps away? This is a finished inseam. I just wanted to show you because it really did make a difference in terms of how it laid flat. In order to get one long stitch, you just have to pivot on your needle with your needle down, but your foot, your press foot, I can't even think right now, I'm tired, but it goes up, but your pin stays down, your needle stays down so that you can pivot on it. You just have to make sure you're at the right set inseam. like if you want a quarter of an inch or half of an inch or an eighth of an inch. And then you just make sure that you maneuver the whole project nice and gently so you don't rush the stitch and you get a nice tight finished edge. So here I actually did use a 1/4 inch